Hi, welcome to another episode of Over 40 and Still Trying. This is a follow-up to a previous episode of How to Skate Like a Pro. Last episode we looked at simple bowls and we gave you some instructions on how to cope with the various parts and how it's constructed together in order to be able to maintain effective speed. Today I'm going to be looking at a far more complex bowl. I've been on holiday in Bournemouth. I spent the last few days skating Duck Lane skatepark. I've had 3 sessions on it now. The first one I went down there, met all the locals, and that was a really good session, but didn't get to really try and learn too much because there was so many people on the session. There was probably about 15 people there, and then when you're looking like a go every 15 minutes because of the rotation sort of thing. But it was really good fun. I managed to get some decent tricks using my old knowledge. On the second day I was there, got the lines down a lot better. Now, I've tried to break this video down into the different parts in order to be able to understand how this works. The thing you've got to understand is that every bowl is different and they all have their own nuances, and even though someone looks perfect, it might not always be possible depending on the way it's laid out. So when we look at Duck Lane, you see the picture at the start, it looks amazing off the scale. But there's a couple of little problems with it, and I was talking to the locals about this especially, and it doesn't quite line up in the way it's been made. So some of the things that you'd like to be possible aren't quite possible. I gave it the best effort I could, and I think I pretty much got the fastest line possible out of that bowl, and I'll break it down and go through it all with you. But just be aware that I haven't skated every single line that's ever been skated in this pool. There's a lot of different ones which can be used, and it depends on the speed you're going as well. The slower line will need to give you different opportunities, but we're just looking at the optimal at the moment, the fastest possible line. And let's watch the video and see how it goes. Okay, so the first section we're looking at is the deep end. Now, I went through this previously and we'll show you the carve line. Now, that's basically using the hip, the same hip in and out, because this is the big round section. This one's much more complex than what Mission because it's much narrower on the way in and much bigger. I mean, this pool allegedly is 9.5 foot with a half foot of vert, but I don't really believe that. It's definitely got at least a foot of vert on it, and it feels bigger than that. It's pretty gnarly either way. So I'm going to show you the carve line using the hip, and it's the same hip in and out. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so that's a really fun line. That can be reversed either way, to be front side or back side. Obviously I didn't manage to get a clip of every single thing ever done in that's possible in this bowl because that would take me forever and I was just filming by myself. That was the carve line. Now you show you the trick line. Now the difference on a trick line is you go straight in rather than up the hips, but it's got to be up to the coping because that generates the speed and keeps you going better. This bowl you can get away with a bit more because there's a big waterfall into it. Okay, next section is the bathtub. Now this is on a rectangular bowl. Went through this again at Measham, have the same section. Key to this is hitting the midpoint, dropping to low through the first corner and high through the second. And this one's a bit bigger than Measham's and it's a bit longer in the actual length of the tub. So that again allows some different variations, and I do take the odd little different line, but you'll see the key overarching theme is I always hit the nearest wall. It's always the nearest wall. As soon as you're on the flat, hit the nearest wall because you do not want to be in the flat. So into the middle, around the corner, nearest corner. Next section is going to be the pump bumps. So on this, I actually stole this from one of the skaters that was there on Saturday. I saw him do it, and again, the best thing you can do whenever you're skating somewhere, if you see someone who's good, is just learn from them. So I was trying initially to snake run it back up and down because it looks so tempting for that. And then, as I was saying about it not being quite perfect, it's sort of like, it's possible one way, but it's not possible the other way. And I saw this guy called Pi, and he was using this exact line, so I stole it off him and just added it into my sequence. So he's just pumping over the bottom of the corner, then into the clover, classic clover, corners. Now those are in one individual pump. Because they're very small, they're only about 3 foot high, you can get around with one pump per corner. So you just stand up high in the first corner, charge around, and straight into the next. So as you come out of that, you go into the snake run. That section is going to allow you to do some nice S's in order to be able to keep your speed, hard turns. And then back into the bathtub. You see the same principle of behind the low in the first, high in the second, back over the corner, again through the pump bumps, around the clover, exactly the same fashion. Then as I come through here, hit the corner and do the switch. So I go into the bathtub on the opposite side, and that allows me to complete a different line into the deep end, and from double jump around, and then at the end. The next one is searching for the fastest line. So on this one, I was holding the camera so you can see a bit better. So I'm doing all the various sections of it the same. It's the clover, out of that into the snake run, go to the switch, across, down to the carve line, back out, and now attempt to go front side. Now this brings me to what we were saying earlier when I said not everything is always possible.
Can't keep the speed through that section if I go front side. Just can't do it. It's too, just doesn't line up quite right. And which suits itself going the other way. It's hard to stay on because the turn sort of, you can't pump properly. Your wheels must slip out. Sort of like a adverse camber on a road when you spin out. Still, gotta keep trying.
See the adverse camber now as I try and step up to full speed. It tips away. This is one of the things that the legs were saying, it doesn't quite match up when you head up in the direction. You can see, trying to hit that line, and the ball slips out. Trying to put together the fastest line possible. Just on board. All the rules, playing it all into one. Getting high into all those corners, using the hips. Carving smoothly through all different sections. That's a different line there. Make the switch. Into the 50-50. Now, and onto the deck.
Fuck yes. That was scary.
Okay, like I said, I haven't got the answer to everything in the entire world in there. Had some interesting comments on the last one, some real immature things with people trying to tell me how rubbish I was, which is fine, but this video is just trying to help you guys out. If you skating duck lane and you've watched that first, good chance you're going to help from it. Otherwise, it's essentially the same thing. You're just trying to apply that to any other place, and that's the key. I can't do it for you, but you've got to have no fear and actually want to learn. Always make the most of the situation you're in. If you see someone who's good, steal whatever they do off them. It's as simple as that. Hope that helps. Remember to click like and subscribe if you want more content. See you later.